Woo! Hi, everybody. I'm going back so I can see your chatty chats here. I've not muted you. Well, yes, I have muted you. I have not muted me, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to assume you can, because I've asked that question like 40 times, and it's like 5 minutes into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with today's webinar. I am going to pull up the screen. Start a slide presentation. Yep, let's start her up. Okay, so you should be able to see me down at the bottom, and you should be able to see Q1 Power Hour right there. All right, I'm going to go back to chatty chat just in case. Okay, so if for some reason you can't hear me, please, like, if you chat to me and say, no, I cannot hear you, then I will know that there's something wrong. But otherwise, I'm going to assume all is well. And we're going to get started here. So 2018 Q1 Power Hour. It's February 1st. Can't believe it. This is my birthday month. I'm not going to tell you how old I am because I'm really old. All right. So here we go. This is what we're going to talk about today. And by the way, thanks for being here. We are going to start with websites, 2018 elements of a great lead generating website. And that is kind of, a lot of people have been asking those questions. What should I really be doing with regard to a website? Some of you may not need that information. We're not going to spend a huge amount of time on it, just a little bit. And then I have a bunch of questions and answers that came from all of you. And so we're going to go through those. I think those will be the most helpful. If you would like to ask a question, you are more than welcome to ask it in the chat. And I will go back through and I will make sure that we answer your questions, because there's maybe some out there I didn't get or didn't answer. So here we go. 2018 elements of a great website. So by the way, if you can't hear anything, everybody else can hear and see. So you either need to turn up your computer audio, unmute your computer audio. Don't know what to tell you about flash video not found. You might, if you can't see the PowerPoint slides, you should be, if you're using a PC or a laptop, you should be able to see it. You have to unmute your lines. I mean, not unmute your lines, unmute your audio on your computers. And the other thing is that if you can't see this, you can go to, by the way, file sharing. There's a little bitty file share. I guess it's a little, it looks like a little piece of paper with the corner bent, and you can go there and hit download file. And that is the actual PDF of this presentation, so you can follow along that way as well. And there's also an offer. So if you look at the little bullhorn, it's got like a little bullhorn. It looks like somebody's yelling something. That is join our Facebook group for free. We have Elder Care Entrepreneurs as our Facebook group, and I'd love for you to join that. So unmute your computers. Feel free to download the file so you can follow along. So if it's not working for you on your end, you can't see the file or the screen, go ahead and download the file, and you can follow along on the PDF. So we're going to talk about great elements of a website in 2018. So I'm going to first show you two that we recently completed, and just want to let you know right up front that websites in 2018 don't have to be $10,000 websites. You do not need a $10,000 website as a home care agency unless you are going to spend even more than that because you're a franchise and you have lots of data applications behind the scenes and all that. But for a home care agency that is run by, you know, a group of folks, even if you have multiple offices, you don't have to spend $10,000 on a website. And so this is a client that's been with us for a very long time. We did a little website spotlight on her yesterday and the day before. And we just completed this. This is a facelift from her previous website. She had one that was mobile responsive that we created for her several years ago, but it was time for a facelift. So we went with, this is just a screenshot, and the wooden floor you see at the bottom, that's just my slide. So this is just the very top of her website. But the things I want to point out to you are the very simple pieces that I think a lot of us miss. When you're creating a website, I don't care how it's created, but you need to have the call to action or a visible contact phone number or click here to contact us or something at the very top, big and bold. So you need to make sure, and then there's a contact us here. There's all kinds, start here to find care near you. There's not, I don't even have to scroll anywhere, and I can see exactly how to reach these folks anytime I want. It's very clear to me. So make sure that when you're having a website developed that you keep that in mind. Let's go to next. And this is the Life Care. We just finished this one as well. So Live Better with Life Care. They are in Illinois, and they have a brand new website. They went from one that was, it wasn't bad. It was really fancy and had a lot of moving parts and maybe a little confusing. So we went to a more simplified site. You're welcome to look at this at lifecareus.com. This one is extremely nice and pretty on a mobile device. And again, call to action right here, request a free consultation. And if you are constantly recruiting, you might want to use apply to join our team. So that's one of the things that might be really good to have in the top if you're always constantly recruiting. Okay, next this is not one that we created, by the way. I cannot take credit for this, but this is Residential Home Health. I think they're located in Michigan. We have always enjoyed this website. I've always liked it. Home Health Care Patient Guide, download now. This is a lot of graphics, but I still really love this website. I feel like it's really easy to navigate. The phone number is right at the top. Exactly what you need to do is right here in the very middle. So this is another one that I feel for 2018, these are great lead generation websites. This is one that we did for hospice. Again, you can see, they wanted a very sort of a Zen feeling to it, and they wanted something very, excuse me, easy and calming and simple. So call to action up here, they wanted this quote, which is fine, and their phone number, start here to find care near you, easy stuff. This is one of my favorite hospice sites. This is one of our best lead generating sites. I don't know if it has to do with, it's not much different from the ones you just saw. Again, phone number at the top, where area is serviced, but I don't know if it's the picture. But these folks definitely get a lot of leads, and it's not your typical lead form. So, there's a short form for leads, contact us form. You get tons of spam. They actually have a long lead form that qualifies the person more, and that's the one that they get filled out more often, which is great for them. This is Devoted Guardians. They have a very simple, very contrasting color type of website. These are their colors, so they wanted to kind of stick with them. Again, you can't miss it. There's no way you can not know how to get a hold of these folks. Tender-Hearted Homecare, another one of our favorites. I love this site. I love the pretty blues in it. Get started, our services for family members, phone number, find Tender-Hearted Homecare in your community. Easy stuff. That's great. This is one we did not create, but I've always liked this one as well. This is very simple, clean. These folks specialize in dementia only, and you cannot miss how to contact them. Contact us today right there. So these are some great ones. The important thing to remember about websites in 2018 is that you need to keep it super simple. The people who are coming to your website are not in the healthcare industry, typically. Your referral sources might be, but these folks are overwhelmed financially, emotionally. They just don't know what to do. So there's a book out there actually for web developers called Don't Make Me Think. And what the premise of the book is that anything you do with regards to websites needs to keep it simple, clean, and easy to read. And mobile is everything now. So everything that happens, most of the time is going to be on some mobile device. It might be an iPad, it might be a phone. So you need to make sure it looks good on a mobile device. So Don't Make Me Think means consider your audience. They're not web savvy oftentimes. They may not be home care savvy. They don't talk the talk. They don't know what an ADL is. So keep it easy on the language, very simple, and solve their problem. That's the most important part. So for us, when we create a website, we have a call to action several times on the homepage. They're either going to call or they're going to fill out a form. Those are the only two actions you really want them to take. Pick up the phone or fill out the form. So those are the main points. And we use the words get started a lot because that seems to help guide people to what they need to be doing. And this is just one more example. My arrows are pointing. This is a website we created, and it just easily shows you the areas they serve. Now, I do see a lot of websites out there. If I didn't live in that area, I would have no idea what counties or what areas they serve. So it's always good to have that somewhere above the fold and the phone number itself. And then that's just pointing out the calls to action. Get started, find senior home care in your community. The messages are short, simple, and to the point. So, all right, so now we're going to do questions and answers. And I think we have a couple of people who are still having trouble. With the audio and the video. I'm not sure what the challenge there is. But I think the majority of folks can still see us and are doing okay. So we're going to keep going here. And of course, we will send out the replay, which will be just standard video. And it'll be on our YouTube channel. So if you can't see or can't hear, my apologies. But we seem to have everybody with us. All right, questions and answers. These are the questions and answers that I've received over the last few weeks since our Q4 Power Hour. And so we're going to go through these. The first one is, do Facebook ads work better than Google AdWords for home care and senior care businesses? Okay, I'm going to give you my take on Google AdWords. I understand there are lots of home care agencies out there, especially franchises, that do Google AdWords ads. And here's the sort of the challenge there. If you have a lot of money to spend, or you're a franchisor and you're trying to help a local franchisee get leads or recruit or whatever, then you have the dough to waste or spend on AdWords. It's not going to hurt you to spend $1,000 a month to get that person in that area up and running. But for those of you who are small business owners who have an independent agency, or maybe you're way beyond, you're a franchise owner, but you're way beyond the whole, startup phase, Google AdWords can really run you into the ground fast. You can easily waste $600, $800, $1,000 a month on AdWords and have nothing to show for it. So, and the challenge in the home care industry isn't that AdWords in general doesn't work. It's that we have tons of folks seeking jobs, job seekers who will, and a lot of them aren't qualified. So even if you need job seekers, they may not be qualified to work for you. So we have tons of job seekers that are clicking on those ads. They're completely wasting your money. So if you spend $1,000 a month on Google AdWords, no matter how many, and for those of you who understand this, no matter how many negative keyword phrases you put in the system, meaning you put in negative keyword phrases so that if someone types in the word jobs or careers or whatever, that they don't see your ads. But no matter how, you can put 30, 40, 50 negative keyword phrases in your ads so that the job seekers don't see your ads. You're still going to get job seekers because they will type in the same exact keyword phrases sometimes that your clients or your potential clients would type in. So if you're spending $1,000 a month, my Experience has been that $800 of that will probably go to job seekers or people who are not qualified, and 200 of that will be clicks that are for people who actually do need care. But there's also a percentage of those people who are only Medicaid qualified, and if you don't take Medicaid, then that's not going to work. So I would table the Google AdWords. I wouldn't use systems like Reach Local. I wouldn't use, Yodel. I wouldn't use any of those. They all will tell you that they can get a better result. I've had many, many, many conversations with professional AdWords folks, and there are just a select few out there that understand the home care industry. So be very careful with that. The other thing, so let's talk about, we've talked about the Google AdWords. And by all means, if you use it and you love it and it works for you, don't change a thing. And let me know what you're doing to make it work, because I'd love to know. Okay, so Facebook ads. Let's talk about Facebook ads a little bit. Now, Facebook ads do work better than Google AdWords. The number one reason is that you eliminate those job seekers. So when you do Facebook ads, they are targeted to people who are maybe looking for care. But you have to understand a few things about Facebook ads. Number one, if we run Facebook ads for someone, we never just slap up a picture and say, we never just slap up a picture and say, hey, hire us for home care or anything like that. It has to be very structured, and it has to be very well thought out. So you can't just slap up anything and go and think, oh, I'm going to get leads. It doesn't work that way. Number one, you need to use a short 10 to 12 second video. We create those ourselves, and just a little video that's super easy, super fun, and that makes all the difference. First of all, Facebook loves video. They'll promote video, they'll show videos more often. And number two, it has to be super short, because no one's going to watch a 10-minute video or a 3-minute video or a 1-minute video. Super short. And the next thing to know is that we always use lead ad forms. So if we're going to run Facebook ads and we're going to generate leads, the person who's interested in care must fill out a form. It's a very short form because you can't ask too many questions, but it is a form. So we ask them certain qualifying questions, and we ask for permission to contact them. The third thing that's important is that when you run that ad, that you set up a system that instantly notifies the home care agency owner that a lead just filled out a form. You have to you all as home care agency owners and marketers need to follow up in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes. You can't wait a day. You can't wait 3 days. You can't, you have to follow up right now. So what we do is we set up a system that will either email you instantly or text you instantly or some form of both, so that someone has filled out a lead form. That doesn't mean that everybody who fills out a lead form is going to qualify to use your services, because they may be, again, a Medicaid recipient or need to be a Medicaid recipient. But if you take Medicaid, this is an awesome way to get leads, because many of them do qualify for Medicaid. But for private duty home care, it is one of those things where we can target net worth, and we can target like home value and down to zip code. So if you wanted home care leads for a certain zip code because you knew it was an affluent area, that's definitely doable. In some areas, Facebook lead ads are still going to average around $100 a lead. And sometimes in some areas, depending on how big your territory is, you can get it down to between $20 and $50 a lead. But if you've ever bought leads from KarenHomes.com or Elder CareLink, you know that on average, you're probably spending between $20 and $50 and upwards. I think someone told me that if you get a lead, which is a very qualified lead, from a place for mom, it's like $250 or something. But of course, those are extremely qualified, right? I guess. I don't know. But so you're still looking at a cost per lead that's pretty, it fluctuates depending on, I mean, if you're in the middle of nowhere, it's going to be higher. And if you're in a huge metropolitan area, it might be lower. If you take Medicaid, it's going to be even lower. So these are just some of the things to keep in mind. I always tell people that if you're going to run a Facebook ad campaign and you want us to do it, that's fine. You need to spend with Facebook, not what you're paying us, but with Facebook, you're going to have to plan on a budget of $600 to $1,000 a month to see a good return. So that's my take on Facebook ads versus Google AdWords. I'm not an AdWords fan. I've never been an AdWords fan. I don't have any problem with people running some kind of low-level campaign maybe, but again, you're better off spending your money on Facebook ads for a more qualified client. So that is answer to question number 1. So I have a couple questions. Who are the digital agencies that know how to do PPC for home care? Dave, if I knew the answer to that, brother, I would be on it. I don't know who the ones that do the best are like the Karen Homes who sell you the leads. And even those leads may not be great, especially if they're not exclusive. And, Elder Caroling probably has not only do they spend $100,000 a month, they also, these people are spending $1 million a year easily. And they can afford that kind of loss because they're selling, or that kind of fee because they're selling the leads. So I know there are people out there that know how to do it, but the cost to do that and the loss of, many of them just don't qualify. So you're going to end up with, you got to be able to absorb that. So I don't know if I knew who the agencies were who knew how to do PPC for home care, I would buy them, or I would partner with them, or I would tell you who they were. I don't. I've never met anybody who can do a great job for home care. What do you make of the Facebook update? Okay, the Facebook update, we will talk about that in the next question. That's a great question. And Dave says, we tried Reach Local with poor results, right? I've looked into Reach Local and Yodel accounts for clients in the past. It's been a few years, but they'll say, oh, well, you got 54 calls last month. Yeah, I got 54 phone calls, and 53 of them were caregivers seeking jobs. And one of them was an unqualified, potential client. So, they'll tell you, oh, but look at all the stuff, because they don't understand home care. They don't understand the challenges that are faced with the caregiver situation, with the people seeking jobs. Okay, what are the 2 most important social media accounts for home care and senior care? Okay, the 2 most important social media accounts are going to be Facebook and LinkedIn. Facebook is your community outreach, and LinkedIn is your professional to professional networking. On LinkedIn, I can't tell you how many times this happens still today. You need to have your picture on your profile. Do not send out connection requests to people if you don't have a picture. You look like a spammer or a scammer or whatever. Now, some of you aren't. Some of you just haven't uploaded a picture yet. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what you look like. I don't care if you have 3 eyes. Upload your picture. So you got to have a picture. And LinkedIn also, let's just be clear about this. LinkedIn is your professional to professional networking opportunity. So you should be reaching out to other professionals in the healthcare community, and you should be connecting with them, having conversations with them, joining groups. You need to engage and get as many people local to you connected to your account. And make it part of your everyday. Make it part of your Sunday nights while you're watching The Walking Dead. Just get on LinkedIn while you're sitting there on the couch watching The Walking Dead and, network with people. Send out connection requests. But make sure you have a fully filled out profile. The other thing that's important to know about LinkedIn is this is not a replacement for Facebook. I don't care about your memes or your kitty cat videos or your pictures of your kids or the latest inspirational video from the Lifestyle Channel or whatever. I don't care about that stuff, and neither does anyone else. We don't care. we want to know is, what do you do? What do you add? What do you have? What kind of added value can you bring to my feed? If it's going to be inspirational, it needs to be work related. It needs to be productivity. It needs to be, how to get more clients, what to do for blah, blah, blah. I'm not here to look at your stuff that is not, really going to resonate with me. I don't care about pictures of your kids or, your ice bucket challenge or any of that stuff. That's Facebook. That's community outreach. I have a cat video on my personal profile on Facebook right now. This talks about eating the third donut or something. Fine. I do not put that kind of stuff on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is professional networking. Gah. Drives me crazy when I see that. So for Facebook, number one, you need to have a Facebook business page. It cannot be a personal account that you set up with your business name attached to it. You need to have a real Facebook business page. There are 1,000 reasons for that, but the most important one is that if you set your Facebook account up as ABC Homecare as a human person, you violated the terms of service of Facebook. Facebook business pages show up in search results, in location results. You need to definitely have a Facebook business page. If you don't know how to do it, just go to Facebook and type in business page, and there's a whole slew of tutorials on how to set it up. It's really fast and easy. The next thing you need to make sure you're doing is attracting an audience. You need a fan base. You need a fan base, and you need content. So for our clients, we have content running in there every single day. We have videos running into the system. We have posts from their website running into their Facebook business page. And we actually spend money on getting more fans. So once they get to 1,000 or 2,000 fans on their Facebook business page, then we can transition over to hitting traffic to their website. So you got to build a fan base in your local area, not in China, not in India, not in another country. You can't go to Fiverr and buy 4,000 likes. It doesn't help you. It doesn't work. You need to spend the time and the money, $5 a day, $10 a day, building your fan base. And once that's there, you can spend a little money running traffic to your website with ads. Also, for Facebook lead ads, you need to have a Facebook business page. They all work together. And so one of the questions is, what do you make of the Facebook update? Okay, so the Facebook update, Facebook said this. They got hit really hard about fake news. They got hit really hard about spam and scammy stuff that's all over the place. So what they said was, you know what? Facebook was developed to connect human people, to connect person to person, friend to friend, family member with family member. That's originally the design of Facebook. And that is completely correct. They're going back to that model. So instead of you seeing every single ad that's out there and every single goofy thing, you're really going to see most of the information from your friends, your family, and the groups. Note, please note, groups that you are a member of. So for instance, I am the member of a lot of instant pot groups. So for you ladies, men may not know what an instant pot is. Ladies might know. I have an instant pot. It means it's like a little pressure cooker thing. It's kind of a old-fashioned, now it's new again kind of stuff. Anyway, and you can cook anything in it pretty fast. Not anything, but So I'm a member of a lot of groups because I like to see new recipes or new ways to use my Instant Pot. So now my feed is full of Instant Pot comments from all these different groups. In fact, I probably need to get out of a few of them because it's like clogging up my feed. But all of a sudden, I don't see every single human person's stuff like I used to. And I have 3,000 friends. I don't know. I mean, just over the years, I've just accumulated a lot of stuff. I don't see most of that. I only see stuff from the friends that I have commented on or that I've liked their stuff. I see them more often, and I see everything from my groups. So here's a tip. Groups are really important now. And so what you want to do is you need to have an audience on your Facebook business page, a fan base, but you have the opportunity from that page now to form a group. You need to form a group, and you need to make sure, though, keep this in mind, though, if you're going to do that, you have to make sure you are accountable and you are participating and you are encouraging, and you know that it's going to be a slow start. But if you're in home care, senior care of any kind, then you know that you can easily form an online support group right there. It doesn't have to include your clients. It can include anybody from your local community. You can even run ads on Facebook to encourage more people to join your Facebook group that is supportive of elder care issues. But you have to log in every day and manage that group. You have to make sure you're asking questions, or you're answering questions, or you're sharing a tip, or you're doing a live video, or you're posting something, a video from someone else that you thought would be great help to a family caregiver. So those groups, every time you post, they're going to show up in that person's feed. So the more people you have in that group right now, the better off you are. So form groups, nurture them, be true to them, take the time, not once a week, but every day or every other day at the very least. Assign 2 or 3 admins. If you can't be the one that's getting on there every day, then assign an admin or 2. Maybe you and maybe your office manager could take turns getting in there and offering advice and help. Eventually, as you grow that group, you will also see that the people in the group are supporting and helping each other. So you can, maybe back off a little here and there, but you have to always be engaged and involved. So that's my take. Groups, and on your Facebook business page, really reach out to people and really talk to them, because the more you talk to them, and don't post as your business, post as you as a human on that Facebook business page. You do have the option. I won't go into how that works, but you can choose to post as yourself versus as your business. On your Facebook business page, choose to post as yourself, because Facebook is more interested in the human interaction than they are in the business interaction right now. So that's my shtick on that. Okay, let's see. Can you apply the same marketing concepts to developmental disability agencies? Yes, I believe you can, and especially if you are able to take Medicaid, you definitely have an advantage over some of these others. I mean, we do a lot of websites for, everybody from pediatric all the way up to aging kind of home care services. So we deal with clients who service the developmental disability market all the time, and you can absolutely market exactly the same way. They all need support. They all need encouragement. They all have family caregivers, or most of them. So definitely do all of this for the developmental disabilities market. Just have to skew it to make sense for you. Okay, what are the 2 most important ways to market my home care senior care business? 2 most important ways are this. Number 1, direct referral marketing. That means you are getting out there, shaking hands, looking people in the eye and saying, hi, here's what we do. We are great. We are awesome. Here's my business card. Here's my brochure. Please send us anything you want. And you know what? Anything you want, any lead, any client. The other thing that's important to know about that, and other folks teach this too, is that if you are willing to go the extra mile and take those 5 p.m. on a Friday afternoon cases from the hospital, you win. You win their trust, their loyalty, and they will come back to you every time. Take some of the harder to place cases. And don't do anything outside of your scope. But if you can place somebody in home care on a Friday night at 5 o'clock, that social worker or that discharge planner will love you forever. So make sure you're available, especially when you're starting up, to take those cases on a Saturday, on a Friday night. You got to put your work in to win the trust and the friendship and the camaraderie of that discharge planner, that social worker from wherever they are. Okay, so in-person networking is number one. Number two is online marketing. And that's the part that we do. We don't do the in-person. We're not a consultant for in-person networking. You know, we've learned that over the years. We all know that's important for any small business. But for online marketing, some of the challenges that I see are people who are starting up their business don't take into account that they do need a budget for online marketing. They need a website. And I will be honest with you, I do not like Wix, Weebly, Homestead, GoDaddy's website tonight, or whatever they call it, web.com, any of those instant website creators that you see advertised on TV. Yuck. They're impossible. I get it that if you don't have a budget and you got to do something quick, that's fine for a short time. But within 1 year, if you're going to make it, you need to have a real website. And again, I'm all about, you don't need to spend $10,000 on a website. But do you need to spend somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 on a website, even if you have to make a few payments? Yes. I believe that a WordPress website that is custom to you, that is done in a very good lead generation manner, is super important. Now, we have the ProWeavers of the world that are okay, but you're dealing with some caveats there we deal with all kinds of websites. People who come to us do not have to have a website developed by us. We can work with almost any website, but there have been a few that have been impossible because of the way they're built. And they don't have a feed. They don't allow blog posting. That kind of stuff is crazy and outdated. You need to have a great website. Okay, let's see. Two most important ways: in-person networking and online marketing. You have to be able to online market. If you are starting a home care business today, what will be the first items of business with regards to marketing? And by the way, folks, if you have questions over in the right-hand side, feel free to type them in. Money set aside for a run of business cards and a run of brochures, but I would not spend thousands of dollars on either one of those, because a couple of things are going to happen. Number one, you might change your phone number because you're a startup. You may want to go from using your cell phone to using a real office phone at some point, or your address might change as you have more cash flow, or whatever. The services that you offer may change. So don't spend a giant amount of money on a brochure, but definitely make sure that you have some very professional ones put together. Have a run of 100 done and be done with it. And when you get down to 50, order 50 more. I'd rather do that than have 10,000 brochures and decide to change my phone number and have to put a freaking white sticker on it. Blech. So that's the first order of business. Make sure you have stuff to hand out. Second order of business would be to get my website up. Make sure that I have a Facebook business page, a Twitter account, a LinkedIn professional profile with everything I need on it, and my picture. If it froze, you can just hit refresh, by the way. And I would, you might have to hit refresh if your screen freezes up. Okay, so I would make sure I had my website, all of my social media set up. I would probably pay to have a little video, not thousands of dollars, but just something small created for my website and my Facebook business page. And I would definitely start looking into having regular content added in the form of blog posting to my site. So if I can't spend $2,000 or $3,000 on a website, you just need to refresh your screen. Refresh, glitchy, glitchy, glitch. Maybe we won't use Webinar Jam anymore. What about now? What about now? What about now? I'm on a high-speed internet connection. Can you hear me now? Oh. webinar jam. It was me. Okay. If you were a 2 to 5 year veteran in the home care industry, what steps would you take today to increase your revenue? 2 to 5 year veteran. Wow. I would make sure my online marketing is maxed out. I would do everything I could to make sure if I have my resources, if I have my referral sources, if I have everything I could possibly do and I am out there and I'm hitting the pavement and I'm reminding people that I'm there and I'm doing okay revenue wise, then I would take a turn, look at my online marketing. Does my website need to be updated? Do I need to start a blog? Do I need to have better Facebook engagement, which is probably what most people need? And I would hit the ground doing that. I would increase my fan base on my Facebook business page to 2,000 people. I would start running ads. I would totally do that if I were a 2 to 5 year veteran. Okay, next. Where can I get free stuff for marketing? My last slide, I'm going to give you all the free links. What services does Valerie's company provide? Who are you? Ha ha ha. I'm the gal that will never use Webinar Jam again. Ooh. And LTC Expert Publications. We have been in the business for 10 years serving home care, and we would be happy to help you. We do everything. We have 900 articles that are unique, written every month. Maybe it's more like 700. I don't know. It depends on the day, but and we supply those to our clients. We build websites. We just do the content. We do the social media. We do the ads. We do everything. We do the video. So if you need anything with regard to home care marketing, we got you covered if it's online. All right, next. These are some of the links to the free stuff. So you can always email me, Valerie at ltcep.com. You can always call us at 888-404-1513. You can go to our website at ltcsocialmark.com. YouTube, if you go to youtube.com/video LTC, you can see all of our free videos. If you look at the archives, then you can see hundreds of videos that are there on marketing. And most of them are pretty evergreen and make sense from 2 years ago to today. So they're pretty, and there are stuff from yesterday in there. So Facebook.com, go to the Valerie V show, go there and like our page, please. And please, if you are not a part of our Facebook group, our Elder Care Entrepreneurs group, please, please, please go there. It's Facebook.com/groups/Better Elder Care Business. And we will get you hooked up. That's a great group. There are over 1,400 people in that group. Not everybody's super active, but we definitely have a lot of folks helping each other, giving, resources, referrals, and all kinds of great stuff. People from all over the U.S. and some from the U.K., but mostly U.S. folks, and we hope that we see you there. So thanks for bearing with me on this crazy webinar jam webinar. It's got lots of great bells and whistles, but if it doesn't let people in or connect or audio, then ugh. So next time it's going to be Zoom. All right. Thank you, everybody. We hope that you have a really great week, really great weekend. Don't get the flu and don't get the stomach flu. That's going around here like wildfire. Whew, fingers crossed. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Mm-hmm.